armored fighting vehicles, helicopters, and aircraft gunships. In South Mogadishu, the problem for UN forces has been controlling the streets. They don't. Aidid's forces have been giving as good as they get. Correspondent Mark Huband of the British newspaper The Guardian spoke with us by phone today from Mogadishu.
One very, very rarely sees the UN convoys. They move down the main Afgoy road between the UN compound and the port or the airport, but you never see them. They're quite clearly very nervous about the mines, but if not about the mines, then about the snipers, and if not about the snipers, then there are the rocket-propelled grenades. And I think the combination of all these things means that, yes, it would be fair to say that the UN doesn't have control of the streets, and it's something that they largely recognize.
It is that loss of control that left dozens of American soldiers pinned down in the weekend fighting that killed 12 and wounded 75. According to correspondent Huband, the UN forces badly underestimated the Somali gunmen.
It's important to remember that the initial force of 100 troops who went in to do the arrests, which were the purpose of the initial mission on Sunday, were sent in to the most volatile and dangerous part of Mogadishu. 100 troops is clearly an enormous underestimation of the need, given the fact that of the area of the city in which they were operating. In that part of the city there are thousands and thousands.
And most important, a constant flow of intelligence about what U.S. troops are doing. Mark Huband is a British reporter in Mogadishu.
Aidid is in a position where he's surrounded by people who are constantly feeding him information. From the UN's point of view, I think that it's very limited for them. Very, very rarely do you see UN troops out on the streets.
American officials admit U.S. intelligence about Aidid, his movements, and his ability to fight has been limited and at times wrong. That makes grabbing him even more difficult, no matter how well trained American troops may be. The Pentagon says Aidid's network of support has been badly weakened now that several of his advisors have been taken prisoner. Some analysts disagree.
Taking away his lieutenant, there are a lot of other leaderships that could emerge. That's not going to kill this movement.
The attack against Aidid is likely to strengthen his support among other Somali families and clans. I think that's the trend that we're seeing right now. He can hold out against our assault for a long time on that basis.
For months, the U.S. and the United Nations have forbidden negotiation with Aidid, saying that he is a killer who must be brought to justice. But tonight there is word that the U.S. is encouraging to enable the starving to be fed.